it's Melissa. Happy Tuesday. We are back and we are doing Tested Tuesday. I'm excited to be able to be here. Might be a record. 2 Tested Tuesdays in a row. Yay, definitely a record over the last 2 years. Okay, so what are we testing today? We are testing a heat gun. Okay, so I don't know if you have a heat gun. There are lots of different uses for them in crafting. You can use them if you're using epoxy. A lot of people use them to try to, dry things. You can use it actually when you're doing vinyl to try to heat up the vinyl just a tad, make it a little bit easier to weed and actually apply. You can use it if you're using like a glue pen or a singe pen, or if you're doing wood burning. There's lots of different uses. So what I am going to do today is I am going to test this out. This is the American Crafts heat gun. I've had this for quite a while. They show lots of different examples for it. And if you've followed the blog or you've read the blog at all, I do have blog posts on how to use the singe pen and the glue pen and the embossing inks, or not embossing inks, the embossing powder and the glitter and stuff like that. What I'm gonna do today is just make this super easy and so that the emphasis is on the heat gun. So I have a brand new set of singe pens. We're not testing these. The reason that I pulled out a brand new set is just so that everything else is equal. It's not like, oh, Melissa, you were using an old singe pen. That's why the heat gun didn't work. And I'm just going to draw, okay? So we're not going to even use a silhouette machine right now because, again, I don't want this to be influenced at all by any other factor. So I'm just gonna draw, and then we're gonna see how this works. So let's take this out of the packaging. And I did pull the link for you guys. It's on Amazon, and just as I was pulling it, I saw this is actually 30% off today. So if you're interested and this works out well, you might want to go grab it while it's on sale for 30% off. And I don't know if you guys know, but I have an Amazon shop for Silhouette School where I put, different things that I recommend on there, different things that I use myself. Excuse me, my nose is itching. Somebody must be talking about me. But I've also started a brand new Tested Tuesday list. So all the items that we're testing are going to be on that Tested Tuesday Amazon list in my Silhouette School Amazon shop. So I link to that as well. Okay, so this is already, there's nothing more that you really need to do. It does comes with a little stand, so we'll just snap that on. Here, let's see if you guys can see. Just goes into the side. This will help it stand. Did I do it upside down? Okay, so that'll just, you're not gonna be able to see. Let me tilt you down a little bit so you can see what I'm doing here. Okay. And actually I can pull the table away so you can see. There. Now I'm out of the picture. Okay, this is super great. Yay. Let's just move this back a little bit. There we go. All right. And I'll just lean down here like this. Okay, so what we need to do, it does come with a little instruction guide. Let's see, turning it on, turning it off, plug the heating tool into the standard outlet, turn the unit on. The noise will indicate the motor fan is running. Heating coil will slowly light up to dark. There may be some smoking after the initial start due to burning off of manufacturing oils. Smoke will disappear in less than a minute. I'm glad they warned us about that because I don't know about you, but I would have been wondering, like, am I doing something wrong? If the motor is not running when switched on, turn off and unplug. Okay, so it just has this one, there's no heat control as far as like high, low, different things like that. I have other heating guns that are more like, I don't know if you want to say industrial, but they have different temperature settings. This one does not. Avoid holding the unit, blah, blah, blah. Turn on the heat gun and hold at a 45-degree angle, like this. Keep the tool a few inches from the project. Point the nozzle away from you. And the art, embossing. Okay, so that's all the instructions there really are. Okay, so we're gonna plug this in. We're gonna see how long this takes to warm up. And while we're waiting for that, I will just take these little wood blanks and I'll draw on there with the singe pen and we'll go from there. Now this, I thought this was a cap, but it's not. I think this is just a safety thing. Move that out of the way. Okay, so let's plug this in down here. Oh gosh, okay, wow, that's loud. Okay, so that's gonna be loud, so we'll just leave that right there. It sounds like a hairdryer. Oh my God. Okay. Oh, you know what? I think I have this on backwards because why is it's like hitting itself on there. So let's, okay, so I think you need to, I think when you put the stand on, you have to have the power button up so that it's not hitting itself. I'm just gonna leave that for a minute so that you guys can see what I'm doing. Okay, so let's take a couple of these. These are just little wood blank earrings and singe pen. Now, all of this stuff here, I didn't put the pens or the blanks on the Amazon list because we're not really testing that. We're testing this. If you're just joining, this is Test It Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. I'm just gonna draw, okay? And like I said, it's gonna be a surprise what I drew. You can't see, that's how the singe pens work. Okay, so I'm just drawing so that we can, test this out. These would normally, you could freehand draw like I am, or what you really wanna do is put them into your silhouette machine. But I'm doing this for the purposes of testing the heat gun. And like I said, I got these brand new singe pens. Okay, the singe pens always make me nervous because you can't see anything. All right, so let's see. Now, the other thing that I've learned about using heat guns is this is gonna blow these things all away from me. So I'm just gonna put a little piece of tape underneath to hold it in place, hold them in place while I do this. So this is just washi tape. This is just gonna help keep them on the table so they're not moving away from me. If you had a larger piece of something, you wouldn't really need to do this, but I just don't want all this stuff blowing away, which is what's gonna happen. I can't even remember which ones I drew on. Okay. All right, let's try this. You ready? Let me see if I can pull this so you guys can see it a little bit better while we're doing this. Oops. Okay, let's try. It's hot. It's warming up fast. It warmed up fast, but let's see. Oh, it said 45-degree angle. I wasn't doing 45. Nothing's happening. But I think that this might actually have... Oh, it's starting to reveal on here. I can see. I can't put my hand near there and tilt it up because it's going to be too hot, but you'll be able to see it here in a second. $45, Melissa, 45. Hold it up, 45. Okay. I'm tempted to hold it at 90. Okay, let's see about these other ones that I did. So, I'm gonna do one more so you guys can see. This one's coming out. Just takes a second. I just drew lines on this second one to make it easy, but you can see it works. Okay, so someone is asking, whoops, Okay, so I'm gonna pull you guys back up here so you can see me again. So, couple of questions that I did see come in. Someone is asking, do you have it on high or low? As far as I can tell, there is no option for high or low. There's just an on and an off. Okay, so you can't control the temperature. You can't control, you know, the temperature. I have another heat gun. I will try to show you really quick. I don't know which basket it's in, but it is much larger. Let me see if I can find it. I think it's right here. So the other heat gun that I have is this. Okay, so what you can see about this is that it has a whole bunch of hot and a whole bunch of different temperature settings. The difference is this one is a lot heavier than this. It also takes, as you can see, a lot more space to store. This one is definitely much more industrial, and it actually reminds me, it looks like a hairdryer, right? So this one is 1800 watts. This one is 320 watts. Okay, so just so you know the difference. This goes up to 650 degrees. This goes to 650 degrees. This one goes to 1012 degrees Fahrenheit. What the heck? That's like you're in an inferno. Okay, well, anyway, this one seems a little safer. The other thing, depending on what you're using it for, I think you get more control with this just because it's smaller and it's easier to handle. It definitely warms up quick. I like it for the purposes that we're using, so it's really going to depend on the purpose. The price of this one, the American Crafts, which I love American Crafts products. That's who makes the foil quill. They make good quality products for crafters. They tend to really think outside the box, and with the product lines that they put out. So I do really like this. Just know this is not a heat gun that is going to get intense heat. It's not a heat gun that's going to give you a whole lot of control. But for little projects, like I said, like these wood blanks and stuff, if you're using, you know, you don't even have to be using these singe pens. You could be using torch paste and use this with it. But just know that the biggest downside that I see to this right away is the limited temperature, 650 degrees, and also the lack of control in the temperatures, okay? But safety-wise, easy. Safety-wise, has a bunch of safety options between the stand, this plastic piece so you're not accidentally hitting that. This thing can tell, I mean, look at that. If you hit that and it's at 1012 degrees, or it's actually 1112 degrees is the max. Get out of here. You will be branding yourself. So anyway, guys, if you're interested in this, go ahead and grab it. I did, like I said, I linked to this individually, and then I also linked to the other products that we've done Tested Tuesday on my Facebook or on my Amazon shop, but I'm continually adding to that. All right. Now, next week is going to be a special Tested Tuesday. I already know what I'm going to do. I'm about getting ready. 3 weeks from yesterday, I'm going to be going on probably the biggest business trip that I've been on maybe ever. And so I've been preparing by buying some things that are good for business travelers. All right. So next week, I'm going to show you guys some of those. It doesn't have to just be business travelers, but these are things that obviously lots of people are just getting back into travel after the pandemic. But that is what I'm going to have next week. And I will be sharing all of those with you as well. So I'm excited. I haven't even gotten them yet. I've ordered all of the items that I'm going to show you, but I haven't received them yet. So I'll keep them all in the box and we'll do a big thing together. Okay. All right, you guys, I hope you have a fabulous rest of your week. See you soon.